My child, you were chosen to hear this now. Stop scrolling. This is not random. Heaven interrupted your moment for a reason, because something is moving in secret, and it involves your name. Yes, your name. Right now, behind closed doors, in rooms you have never entered, among people you have never met. Your name was spoken today, not in prayer, not in gossip, but in power. A famous voice mentioned you quietly. A powerful name paused the room. Lawyers leaned in. Pens stopped moving. The air shifted, and your name was spoken. Tap the like button and hit subscribe right now to unlock this divine message and receive the blessings God has prepared just for you. You did not hear it, but heaven did. You felt it as a strange unease, a sudden heaviness without a cause, a moment where your spirit stirred, and you did not know why. This is why. Because something hidden is unfolding. You have felt overlooked. You have felt invisible. You have felt forgotten. But you have not been forgotten. You have been hidden. Hidden from misuse. Hidden from premature exposure. Hidden while something larger was being prepared. You thought the silence meant delay. But the silence meant design. Heaven was arranging rooms you could not yet enter. You were being protected from rooms that would have drained you. You were being preserved for rooms that will change you. You thought your waiting meant nothing was happening. But waiting is where foundations are laid. Right now decisions are being weighed. Right now signatures are being considered. Right now conversations are happening in hushed tones. And your name keeps returning to the table. They do not know why they cannot shake it. They only know it will not leave their thoughts. This is how favor moves. Quietly, without announcement, without noise. You imagine blessing arrives with trumpets, but most miracles arrive as whispers. You are not being chosen because you are loud. You are being chosen because you are aligned. Your integrity spoke when your mouth was silent. Your character argued your case when you were unaware. You were tried in small places, and you were found faithful. Now your name is traveling where your feet have not yet walked. Your story is being read by eyes you have never met. Type amen if you feel God is speaking to you right now. You wondered why resistance suddenly increased. You wondered why pressure suddenly rose. It is because attention shifted toward you. And unseen movement always creates visible tension. Some will sense that something is changing, but they will not know what. You will feel it as restlessness. You will feel it as anticipation without explanation. Your spirit already knows, even if your mind still questions. There is an offer forming, not on paper yet, but an intention, and intention precedes manifestation. You will not have to force this door. You will not have to beg this opportunity. It will arrive already knowing your worth. It will arrive already respecting your silence. You thought you were being overlooked in the shadows, but the shadows were shielding you from the wrong spotlight. Not all visibility is favor, and not all obscurity is delay. Sometimes obscurity is training, and you have been training without knowing it. Every rejection refined you. Every delay sharpened you. Every quiet season strengthened your discernment. So when this moment comes, you will not be intoxicated by it. You will be steady within it. And that steadiness is what keeps blessing from destroying you. You are about to see why the timing mattered. You are about to understand why it could not happen sooner. If it had come earlier, it would have crushed you. Now it will elevate you. You are not being invited to impress. You are being invited to contribute. This is not about admiration. This is about assignment. You are being positioned for influence without corruption. You are being trusted with access without compromise. Heaven does not promote noise. Heaven promotes trust. And you have been trusted in the hidden places. When no one was watching, comment I receive IT if you're ready for your miracle. When no one was rewarding, when no one was applauding, that is why your name carries weight now. Even in rooms where you are unknown, Your season of being unseen is ending, but your season of being grounded is just beginning, and that will protect you. That will keep you whole. You will not lose yourself in what comes next, because you already found yourself in the waiting. The moment you feared is now becoming the moment that frees you. You will see it soon. First as a hint, then as a confirmation, then as a door that opens without resistance. And when it opens, you will know, not because of excitement, but because of peace. Peace that does not rush you. Peace that does not confuse you. Peace that settles before it celebrates. That is how you will know it is from heaven. The word spoken over you today was not accidental. It was activated. And activation always follows preparation, never before it. So steady your heart. You are not late. You are right on time. And the next movement will not catch you unready. The secret will not remain secret forever. What is whispered in rooms will soon echo in daylight. You will hear your name spoken in a way you never expected. Not with doubt, not with question, but with decision. There will be a call you almost do not answer, a message you almost ignore, because it will seem too sudden, too unreal. But when you read it, your hands will tremble, and your heart will recognize the moment. This is it. This is what the waiting was for. You will wonder why you were chosen. You will search your past for reasons. But the choosing was never about your resume. It was about your resilience. It was about how you stayed humble when you were unseen. It was about how you stayed honest when no one rewarded you. It was about how you stayed kind when disappointment tried to harden you. And heaven took record of every quiet victory. The people involved will not fully understand why they trust you. They will only know that they do. Favor does not always explain itself. It simply moves. You will feel unqualified for a moment, and then peace will correct your fear. You will remember the nights you cried in private, and you will realize those nights were building you for this one. Nothing in your life was wasted. Not the rejection, not the silence, not the delay. Each one carved capacity into your spirit, so you could stand in this moment without breaking. Type 333 if you believe angels are guiding you. Some will be surprised when your name appears. Some will question how you arrived there. But heaven will not explain itself to them. Heaven only confirms what it has already chosen. You will not need to announce your victory. Your placement will speak for you. You will not need to defend your worth. Your elevation will answer quietly. And those who once overlooked you will feel a strange mixture of awe and regret. Not because you sought revenge, but because truth always arrives with reflection. And reflection is uncomfortable for those who doubt it. You will feel a shift inside your chest when it becomes real. A release you cannot fully describe. It will feel like a weight lifting off your future. It will feel like breath returning to your hope. You will think of all the times you almost gave up, and you will quietly thank heaven that you did not, because if you had stopped then, you would not be standing here now. There will be new expectations placed upon you, and with them, new protection. You will be surrounded by a covering you did not have before. You will feel guarded in ways you cannot see. Not every door that opens now will lead you astray. Discernment has been sharpened inside you. You will sense what is safe. You will sense what is not. And the same heaven that opened this door will keep you inside it. Nothing assigned to you will be allowed to destroy you. You will be watched more closely now. Not by critics alone, but by angels, by centuries you cannot see. Because influence always attracts opposition, and opposition always activates protection. Do not fear the attention that follows this step. You will not walk into it alone. You will walk into it covered. You will walk into it guided. And the peace that brought you here will remain with you there. It will not abandon you at the door. You will still have moments of disbelief. Moments where you whisper, "Is this real?" And heaven will answer with consistency, day by day. step by step, confirmation after confirmation, until the surprise turns into stability, and the miracle becomes memory, not a distant memory, a living one that reminds you forever. That quiet faith is never quiet in heaven. You were heard long before you were answered. You were chosen long before you were called. You were prepared long before you were revealed. And now the revealing is beginning. Slowly, safely, with precision, with care. So do not fear what is unfolding. This unfolding carries your name with intention. And nothing that carries your name from heaven comes to harm you, only to lift you. Not everyone will celebrate when your name rises. Some will smile while their hearts tighten. Some will applaud with their hands, but resist with their spirits. This is not your fault. It is the nature of favor. Light always reveals what was comfortable in shadow. Elevation always exposes what was hidden in agreement. You will feel a subtle change in how some look at you, a distance that forms without explanation. Do not chase it. Do not internalize it. This is not rejection returning. This is separation finalizing. Some people were assigned to your waiting season, not to your rising season. They help shape you in obscurity, but they cannot walk with you in visibility. That does not make them evil. It only makes the season complete. You will be tempted to shrink again, to dim what is finally being seen. Do not shrink. Do not apologize for arriving. You did not steal this moment. You were prepared for it. What looked sudden to them was slow in the unseen. What looks overnight to them was years in the making. Your tears watered this ground. Your patience built this platform. You stood when it was boring. You stayed when it was lonely. You believed when there was no sign. And now the sign is standing in front of you. There will be whispers again, but they will not sound the same. Before they were about your worth. Now they will be about your impact. Before they tried to minimize you. Now they will try to access you. Guard your gates gently, not with fear, but with wisdom. Not everyone who returns is assigned. Not everyone who congratulates you is aligned. Discernment will be your new companion, and peace will be your confirmation. If it disturbs your peace, it is not for me. You will feel tempted to explain yourself, to soften your story for others. Do not dilute what it took to become you. Your survival does not need approval. Your calling does not need consensus. I did not ask for a vote when I chose you. I whispered your name in places you will never enter, and that whisper outweighed public opinion. Some will only meet the result. They will never know the process. They will never feel the nights. They will never carry the cost, and they do not need to. The price was for you alone. You will also meet unexpected allies, people who recognize you without history, people who honor you without knowing your past, people who protect your future as if it were their own. These are not accidents. These are reinforcements. Every new level requires new coverings, and they are arriving quietly now. You will not feel exposed in this season. You will feel held, not by control, but by alignment. Your steps will begin to feel ordered, not hurried. Your decisions will grow clearer, not heavier. Your confidence will grow firm, not loud. And the peace you feel will confuse those who expected arrogance. Because humility survived your elevation. That humility will guard you better than walls ever could. It will keep you human in rooms of power. It will keep you grounded in moments of praise. It will keep your heart soft when pressure increases. Pressure will increase, but it will not suffocate you. It will shape you, just as it always has. You were never built for collapse. You were built for expansion, and expansion always feels tight before it feels free. So do not be alarmed by the stretch. You are not losing yourself. You are making room for more of who you already are. Your name will continue to travel. Not through your effort, but through alignment. Not through striving, but through grace. And grace never puts you where it will not keep you. You will be tested in this new visibility, not the way you were before. The tests will be quieter now. They will test your focus. They will test your boundaries. They will test your rest. Protect your rest. It is not laziness now. It is maintenance for what is growing. Even the strongest structures require stillness to remain stable. You have permission to pause. You have permission to breathe. You have permission to say no without guilt, because access is now a responsibility, and responsibility requires rest. Do not burn yourself proving what is already proven. You do not need to impress what has already chosen you. This season is not about earning. It is about stewarding, and you will steward it well, because you learned to be faithful when nothing was visible. Now you will be faithful when everything is. There will be moments when envy watches you silently, not with open attack, but with quiet calculation. You will sense it as a shift in the room, a cooling where warmth once lived. Do not fear it. Discern it. Not every smile is agreement. Not every invitation is safe. I am sharpening your eyes now, not to make you suspicious, but to make you secure. Security sees clearly without panic. You do not have to confront every shadow. Light exposes without shouting. Your consistency will be your shield. Your peace will be your alarm. When peace leaves, pay attention. When peace stays, proceed. You do not need to explain your boundaries. Those meant to stay will respect them. Those who resist them reveal themselves. And revelation is mercy in disguise. Some will try to study you for weakness. They will find composure instead. Some will try to provoke you into reaction. They will meet restraint instead. And restraint will confuse what expected your chaos, because the old version of you is no longer accessible. You do not respond the way you used to. You do not chase the way you used to. You do not fear the way you used to. And this is how protection manifests. Not always as removal. Sometimes as transformation. You were once vulnerable in places you no longer bleed. You were once insecure in places you now stand firm. That growth is your unseen armor, and it cannot be stolen from you. You will notice that some conversations feel lighter now, because you no longer carry what was never yours to hold. You released the burden of being misunderstood. You released the pressure of being liked. You released the fear of being overlooked. And in releasing, you were lifted. This is how heaven inverts the system. What the world says to chase, I teach you to release. And what you release, I return refined, stronger than before. You will not lose yourself in this calling. I will not allow it. Your soul matters more than your assignment. Your peace matters more than your platform. I did not raise you to consume you. I raised you to carry you safely through what is next. You will notice how rest begins to protect your clarity. You will notice how stillness sharpens your direction. Do not rush the quiet moments. They are where the next instructions settle. You will not always hear me in loud answers. Sometimes I come as an inner nudge that will not leave you alone. Follow that nudge. It is the sound of alignment. You will be tempted to take shortcuts, to speed the process. But haste will blur what precision is building. And what is being built for you requires exact timing. You will arrive where you are meant to arrive. Not exhausted, but established. Not frantic, but grounded. Not uncertain, but sealed. And when you arrive fully, you will not feel lost in it. You will feel recognized by it, as if the space itself was prepared for you, because it was, long before you stepped into it. There are protections already embedded into this future, conversations that will never happen, contracts that will never reach you, paths that will quietly close without struggle. This is how I keep you, often without you even knowing what I stopped. You will sense safety without seeing the battle, and that is intentional. You were never meant to fight every war. Some wars end before they touch you. because you have already endured enough. This season is not built on suffering. It is built on stewardship, on learning how to hold blessing with clean hands and quiet heart. You will not need to become hard to be strong. You will not need to become cold to be respected. Your gentleness will survive this season, and it will become your signature. People will feel calm in your presence. They will not always know why, but it will be because you carry peace, not pressure. And peace is a language heaven taught you in the waiting. You did not learn it quickly. You learned it deeply. And what is learned deeply cannot be shaken easily. This is why you will remain when others fade. This is why your influence will last when trends pass. Because you were not built on noise. You were built on quiet faithfulness. And quiet faithfulness endures. So do not fear the next step. It is not a cliff. It is a crossing, and you will not cross it alone. I go before you. I stand beside you. I remain behind you as guard and witness. You are surrounded even when you feel singular. Your life is not exposed. It is encircled, and nothing that approaches you without permission will remain. It will dissolve on contact with what covers you. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into alignment. And alignment feels unfamiliar at first, because chaos was once your normal. But this new normal will train your nervous system to rest again, and rest will become your strength. There will come a night when your heart finally exhales, not from exhaustion, but from trust. You will realize you are no longer bracing for loss. You are preparing to receive without fear, and that moment will feel unfamiliar. Because you have spent so long protecting yourself. But protection is changing its form now. Before, it looked like walls. Now, it looks like light. You will not need to guard every entrance anymore. What surrounds you will guard you. Your spirit will feel less alert to danger and more aware of safety. That is how you will know you have crossed into a new kind of covering. Not the covering of survival, but the covering of favor. Favor that does not shout. Favor that does not rush. Favor that simply holds. You will notice that even your prayers begin to change. They will no longer sound like pleas. They will sound like conversation, like quiet trust instead of urgent begging. And heaven will meet you there, in the calm, in the space where panic once lived, in the space where fear once kept watch. You will feel me closer, not because your problems left, but because your awareness grew. I was never far. Your pain was just loud. Now the pain is quieting, and my voice is becoming clear again. You will stop asking if you are worthy, and start asking how to steward what you are receiving. That is the sign of maturity. That is the mark of preparation completed. You are no longer asking to be chosen. You are learning how to walk as one who already is. This is why doors will not intimidate you anymore. This is why rooms will not diminish you. You will enter as yourself, and that will be enough. You will not need to shapeshift to survive. You will not need to perform to remain. You will be invited to stay as you are, and that invitation will heal you more than applause ever could. There will still be challenges, but they will not shake your identity. There will still be pressure, but it will not crush your peace. Because peace is no longer something you chase. It is something you carry. And what you carry changes every atmosphere you enter. Light does not announce itself. It simply arrives and darkness adjusts. You will notice rooms growing quieter when you enter. Not from fear, but from awareness. People will feel safe telling you the truth. Because truth will feel safe around you. You will become a resting place for weary hearts. Not because you are perfect, but because you are healed enough to make room for others. This is the kind of influence that lasts. Not the kind that dazzles quickly, but the kind that steadies many. You will look back one day at this season of waiting, and you will realize it was not empty. It was full of silent construction. Full of unseen protection, full of quiet alignment, and the weight you once carried will feel distant, not because it never mattered, but because it no longer owns you. You will still remember the confusion. You will still remember the nights of uncertainty, but they will no longer make your voice tremble. They will make your gratitude steady. You will thank heaven not only for what was given, but for what was withheld, not only for what arrived, but for what never touched you. And you will understand that delay was not denial. It was mercy in disguise. You were spared from becoming strong in the wrong place. You were saved for becoming whole in the right one. So now, let your hands open. You no longer need to clench for survival. Let your shoulders relax. You no longer need to carry tomorrow by yourself. Let your breath slow. You are not being chased by loss anymore. You are being followed by goodness. Quietly, steadily, without threat. And when doubt tries to revisit you in small whispers, remember how far you have already been carried. Remember how many invisible hands held you when you did not know how to stand. Remember how many doors were closed to save you from wounds you never had to endure. You are not walking into uncertainty. You are walking into answered prayer. Some answers arrive as people. Some arrive as positions. Some arrive as peace that stays. Yours will arrive in layers, so that your heart is never overwhelmed by what it once begged for. You will receive at the pace you can hold with joy. And you are ready now. More ready than you think. So stay still in this moment. Let what you have just heard settle into your spirit. Do not rush the next step emotionally. It will come physically soon enough. You do not need to hunt a miracle. It is already tracking you. And when it reaches you fully, you will not panic. You will recognize it, as if you have always known it was coming. Because deep down, you always did. There will be a moment when you finally stop asking when. Not because the promise disappeared, but because trust has replaced the question. You will feel settled in a way logic cannot explain. Your spirit will know before your calendar does, and that knowing will be enough. You will stop scanning the horizon for signs, because your heart will become the sign. You will carry calm into places that once made you nervous. You will carry confidence into rooms that once intimidated you, and no one will be able to explain what changed about you, but they will feel it. They will feel the weight of your peace. They will feel the quiet authority of someone who has been held by heaven. You will no longer need validation to move forward. Your steps will rise from conviction. What once felt fragile and you will feel unshakable now. Not because life became gentle, but because your roots grew deep. Deep roots survive strong winds. Deep roots drink even in drought. And you have grown quietly strong. Stronger than your past assumed. Stronger than your fears predicted. You will begin to see how every delay guarded you. How every closed door refined you. How every unanswered prayer rerouted you. And how every tear trained you to recognize light. You will stop resenting the waiting. You will start honoring it. Because waiting shaped you into someone who can hold what is coming. Without breaking under its weight. You did not miss your miracle. It was moving toward you the entire time. You were not forgotten in the process. You were being prepared in the quiet. You were not delayed. You were being synchronized with something larger than your view. And now, synchronization is happening. Piece by piece. Layer by layer. Moment by moment. You will notice the small confirmations first. Little alignments that feel too precise to be coincidence. Then the bigger confirmations will follow. Doors that open without struggle. Voices that agree without debate. Paths that clear without force. And you will realize, heaven has been arranging this longer than you knew how to ask. You will feel a gentle awe settle over your life. Not fear. Not pressure. But reverence. The kind that makes you careful with your heart. Careful with your energy. Careful with your time. Because you finally understand its value. You will stop explaining your peace to people who thrive in chaos. You will stop shrinking your growth to make others comfortable. You will stop apologizing for becoming who you were always meant to be, because you finally see that becoming was your assignment. And as you become, you will bless more without trying. You will heal more without force. You will attract more without striving. This is the season of quiet rewards. Not loud applause, but lasting fruit. Not instant recognition, but deep fulfillment. The kind that settles into your bones. You will wake up one day and realize you are no longer waiting to live. You are living, and living without fear feels like a miracle all by itself. The ache that once followed you will be gone, replaced by a steady sense of safety. You will still have memories, but they will no longer have power over your decisions. You will still feel emotions, but they will no longer dominate your direction. You will be guided more than driven, led more than pushed. And that is how you will know you are finally aligned. Not by noise, but by peace. Not by urgency, but by clarity. Not by pressure, but by quiet confidence. You will feel held even when no one is touching you. You will feel seen even when no one is speaking your name. You will feel protected even when you walk alone. Because you are not alone. Not now. Not ever. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name. You are being prepared for something even greater than you can imagine. And you will step into it gently. Not rushed. Not afraid. But ready. So rest now. Let your heart be light for this moment. You have carried enough. You have survived enough. You have waited long enough. Now receive. Receive peace. Receive rest. Receive the quiet joy that slips in without announcement. And trust that what is unfolding will reveal itself right on time. You do not have to chase it. It knows where to find you. And when your heart is ready for the next word, when your spirit is ready for the next step, the next divine message will meet you there. Softly, clearly, right on time. Stay close. More is coming. Even after this message fades from sound, it will remain in your spirit. You will carry it quietly through your day, like a secret promise resting in your chest. You may return to ordinary tasks, but you will not feel ordinary anymore. Something inside you has shifted, something subtle but permanent. You will notice it when you react differently, when calm answers what once panicked. You will notice it when patience replaces urgency, when trust replaces second-guessing. This is the echo of heaven staying with you. Not loud, but faithful. Not dramatic, but steady. You do not need to understand everything right now. Understanding will come in pieces, just like the miracle itself. One confirmation at a time. One gentle proof at a time. You will not be overwhelmed by the future. You will be guided into it, step by step, breath by breath. And even on days when you feel nothing at all, know that nothing is still being held. Silence does not mean absence. It often means protection at work. You will not always feel the angels near, but they will always be near. You will not always sense my voice, but I will always be speaking for you. When doubt returns in small waves, let it pass without building a home. When fear tries to rehearse old endings, gently close the script. That story has already been rewritten. You are walking in its new version now, a version with peace in the margins and hope between the lines. You will grow comfortable with being blessed, without bracing for loss. You will grow accustomed to being safe, without waiting for collapse. This is learning how to live again. Not in survival, but in trust. And trust is the language of heaven. So tonight, and tomorrow, and the days after, walk gently with what you have received. Do not rush to explain it. Do not rush to prove it. Let it unfold naturally, as all sacred things do. And when your heart feels ready for more, not from desperation, but from hunger for truth, the next message will be waiting for you. Not by accident, not by chance, but by design, just as this one found you. Until then, Remain in peace. Remain in softness. Remain in courage. You are still being guided. You are still being held. And heaven is still speaking your name.